NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Well, good second half last night at the Pit. A Lobo team that maybe is starting to take form. Offensively, without their two main ball handlers, only turned the ball over 5 times all night. Pulled away from I think what's going to be a pretty good UC Riverside team in the Big West. And get out of there with an 82-68 victory. Lobos are 3-0 for the second year in a row. And they'll head down to Las Cruces to play the Aggies on Saturday. And good morning to you. It is the opening drive. Thank you for finding us on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal, Jeff Symbieta, along with J.J. Buck, who's got a big day, big morning. How you living?
What'd it do?
Do a lot. Lobo ladies play today, 11 o'clock. JJ will be on the air at 10:30 live from courtside, University Arena, the Pit. Big one this morning, big one last night. And they're all big, and I say that because I thought last night, and you and I probably talked about this yesterday, I thought it was going to be the biggest test that the Lobos got up to this point. UC Riverside had won a game on the road at North Dakota. I don't know that UC Riverside is a nationally ranked team, but I think they're going to be a good Big West team. And the Lobos needed to be tested. They got tested. They ended their 3-game homestand to open the season with 3 straight wins. They go to New Mexico State on Saturday before going to Kansas City to play Nebraska, and then either Kansas State or Mississippi State next week. I think it was good that they got tested. I don't know that I think it's great that they've got their 2 main ball handlers out, and then Eric Olin had to be thinking, what the hell's going on? Off the opening tap, Luke Hopp takes a foul, goes down on his shoulder, and was sitting there holding his shoulder. Like, I was thinking, okay, he's done. The way he was holding that thing. But he got up, and then it's midway through the second half. Chris Howell was hobbling. It looked like an ankle, but he came back in, and then they only turned the ball over 5 times. Good second half, good performance for a team that feels like it's starting to come together.
Yes, and you look at the build-up, and we've discussed it, kind of the ramp-up to the rivalry game where you hit the road for the first time. I thought on Saturday against UT Arlington, they were a team that had some shooting deficiencies, but had some athletes and some length, and that was the challenge there of finding your consistency. And in this one, you had a team that was able to come in and a couple dudes just get ridiculously hot from 3 and hit some shots on you, and you had to respond in moments with so much against you, as you just laid out, not having your 2 top ball handlers, because Tennette is going to be a big piece of this team the entire season with his explosiveness and the way he plays. So you adapted with different guys, Hopped and Howell, and their style of play and how they like to set other people up. And Antonio Scholl, a lot of it too was just him, I still think, getting his confidence, because the talent is ridiculous for Scholl. But it was a game where, okay, there's 2 guys that don't have the ball in their hand as much. It's going to open up more opportunities for him. I love that he was 6 of 11, which is 4 threes, because I think for him, being able to function inside out is what he has to do.
Yeah, I thought Scholl started to come into form of what I believe he's going to be. 6 guys in double figures yesterday. For those of you who didn't see or hear the game last night, Lobos played without their starting point guard. Dayton Albury was available but did not start, and they did not play. He was dressed. Lower body injury is what they're calling that. So they're without their starting point guard, and their other main ball handler in the first 2 games was the freshman Uriah Tennette, and he did not dress. Lower body injury. I asked Eric Olin after the game last night what their status may be for Saturday in Las Cruces against the Aggies. He said, we'll see. Don't know. So you open the game without your 2 main ball handlers, and who's going to pick up the slack? Luke Hopp got into the starting lineup for Albury and was one of the 6 Lobos in double figures. You talk about a guy who got hot. First half, Drew Henderson for UC Riverside was on a heater. On a heater. Just an assassin. Creating his own shots. He had 19 at halftime. He scored 8 points in the first, just under 5 minutes. We hit the media timeout at 15:05. And he had 27. He didn't score again. Now, I think the Lobo defense wore him down a little bit. They changed what they were doing a little bit. They had to make an adjustment. DeAndre Petit hit a few late in the game, but by that point, the Lobos had already gone on a 14-0 run to put this thing away. And again, the balanced scoring, you get a double-double out of Tomislav Buljan, 11 points, 11 rebounds, a career-high tying 15 points out of Chris Howell, who I think was really, really steady. And then Jake Hall, a freshman, played 33 minutes, 14 points, 3 assists, 1 turnover, and he drew 5 fouls, and he just feels like a dude, and Daniel Ferris says it on the broadcast all the time. There's no way he's 18, right? I mean, he feels like a guy who's played a lot more basketball at this level. Not a guy that you look at and say, wow, he's just insanely athletic, but just a super heady basketball player.
It's very similar to Hopped or Howell, just that mentality just behind him, and kind of you can see the guys that Eric Olin likes, and you see it with Rai Tenet, a maturity for a freshman that already have this much expectations placed on them in the rotation early in the season. And the thing about Hall too, man, he's a 3-level dude, consistent. He'll go inside, he just doesn't settle and stand on the perimeter the entire time. And things were tight last night. The minutes were expanded for a lot of players, and they performed. And again, this team can get to a different level defensively when they need to. There was a stretch on Saturday where they held UT Arlington 8 minutes without a field goal, and then they go up 5.5 last night. Those are really impressive stretches.
Yep. 11,689 saw it at the pit last night. 82-68. Did you see it? Did you hear it? You want to talk about it? Let's go. 505-246-0610. That's how to get here today. Area code 505-246-0610. That's the Sports Animals phone line. It is our text line as well. Your emails will come in this morning as they do every morning. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. We're on the X, or at least JJ is, _JJ Buck. We're on television. You can watch us on Xfinity, Channel 26, throughout the state of New Mexico. Adrian is producing there. We're also on our Facebook page, the OD and the AM. Like us while you're there, please. Or on the YouTube channel for ProView Networks. Guest list this morning, 9 o'clock this morning. Sean Ryder's going to join us. We're going to talk Lobo football as they get back into action on Saturday against Colorado State. Sean is the beat writer who covers Lobo football for the Albuquerque Journal, so we'll hit a little Ryder on the radio. That'll be at 9 o'clock. We'll hear from some of Jason Eck. We'll hear some of what Eric Olin had to say after the game last night, and I got to believe you've got some comments on what you see of a Lobo basketball team that feels like it's starting to come together. Hey, what's harder for you? So you did the Lobo men's game on Saturday. What's harder as a broadcaster, the multi-syllabic names, maybe the Eastern European names, or you got Howell, Hall, and Hopped?
Howell and Hall were,
right? It's hard.
At times, I had to make sure I was enunciating.
Yeah. Howell, Hall, Hop, or Hall. I guess.
Hop, yeah.
Hall, Hop. Howell, Hall, and Hop.
Howell, and Hall. Yes.
Yeah. You got to be
you're
careful.
in the flow of it, and
and a lot. It's Howell to Hall. Hall goes to Howell a lot, and then there's Hop. Yeah. A lot.
And then you're like, who's on third?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Third base. That's third base. Who's on first? Come on now. All right, Lobo ladies basketball. JJ will have that tonight. Aggies were winners last night. That's what's up next for New Mexico. Will be New Mexico State. New Mexico State is 2-0, and I don't know how good they are or are not. They beat New Mexico Highlands 74-58 last night, so they've not played a Division I game yet. This will be their first one. They beat Adams State, and they've beaten New Mexico Highlands. It was a tight game at halftime, 29-24. Aggies won the second half by 11 points. They were led by Jamel Jones, 24 points. They turned the Cowboys over 21 times last night, and New Mexico State shot 51% from the field. I'm going to try to get Jason Hooten on here maybe on Friday if he's got some time to figure out what they're all about, because I think he's probably trying to figure out too.
I think that is a fair question of who are you when the competition steps up. We'll find out from New Mexico State.
Yeah, New Mexico State's now going to start, getting a little bit tougher, just like the Lobos will. They get the Lobos, they get Samford, UC Irvine, Georgia State, South Alabama, and Abilene Christian coming up. Lobos, of course, have New Mexico State. Then they got the games in Kansas City against Nebraska, and then either Kansas State or Mississippi State. So, want your thoughts on last night? JJ, there were a lot of things to me that really stood out. I don't know if I love the balanced scoring more, if I love the fact that they only turned the ball over 5 times more, or that they figured it out defensively and were able to cool off a sniper who was really, really assaulted them in the first half. It's probably the balanced scoring, but not turning it over without your 2 primary point guards is pretty impressive.
It is very impressive, and I think you saw a little the flow. It had to change. The only 5 turnovers, but just 11 assists on 33 makes, so things are coming a little bit differently offensively. Albury, I think this is a good opportunity for him where to look at, okay, what can he do? What's the next step for him? Because the aggressiveness, getting to the foul line, but then you see a team, that was actually really efficient inside, and can he be a piece that continues to do that moving forward? But when you have that, they were prepared for it, but when it hits you and you're like, wait, the 2 guards are out, what's going to happen? That's this mentality. I just like the way this team can mesh, like the players that are able to step up, fill a little bit of roles. You talk about the balanced scoring, but then there's multiple players with 3+ rebounds, multiple players with a couple of assists. Like, it's something that you're confident you're going to be able to weather different storms that you have to go through in a season.
Yeah. All right, let's go. 505-246-0610. Your emails will come in this morning. Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com. JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. The Lobos are 3-0. The Aggies are 2-0. They're going to clash on Friday in Las Cruces. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about what you saw? A big second half for New Mexico last night. They get 6 guys in double figures. They improved to 3-0, beating UC Riverside. The number was 82-68. We'll get into that. Go around the country. College basketball, the college football playoff standings are out. Second week of that. We got a quarterback change, or at least an adjustment this week, probably with the Giants. The Packers is all anybody wants to talk about. Jason Eck talking about Elk as he gets ready to take on Colorado State. He knows the difference between Rams and Elk. That's not how he was doing it, but it was just a little analogy that you'll want to hear as well. So all that's available for you. Come on in, 505-246-0610. We're here for you. Hey, where are you going to host your big party this week, this year, this month? Your holiday party, whatever it happens to be. I got the answer for you, and we'll take it off the plate. Albuquerque Convention Center is your spot. Book there and make your event a dream. Make the dream a reality. The Albuquerque Convention Center has versatile spaces for every event. Big, small, somewhere in between. Everything you need to make it unforgettable. Right there in beautiful downtown Albuquerque, they have a sensational staff, a wonderful, versatile menu, and they go above and beyond. We've all been to events there, and if you have, and I know you have, you know how good it is. Easy to get into with a parking structure adjacent to the facility. We host an event there every single year for Isleta New Mexico Bowl. We take our teams there. Why do we do that? Because they treat our guests the way we need our guests to be treated. They will do that for you as well. From small meetings and private gatherings to large expos, conferences, and celebrations, their team, service, and catering goes above and beyond your expectations. So make your vision a reality in a space designed to impress. Go to www.albuquerquecc.com for more information, and then give them a call at 505-768-4575. Area code 505-768-4575. It's the Albuquerque Convention Center. Be at the center of it all.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Sweet Rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way.
Last night, you can. We'll start you back up with some basketball this morning, 10:30 a.m. here on the Sports Animal. JJ will be live at the Pit, New Orleans and New Mexico. Women's basketball. Tomorrow, the NFL season, week gets started. Jets in New England, 5:30 here on your home for the NFL. 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Remember, NFL coverage here on the Sports Animal brought to you by Hyenas Comedy Nightclub. Now open in Albuquerque, featuring Al Jackson, Derek Cahill, Michael Longfellow, Chris Franhola. Get your tickets before they sell out. They're conveniently located in Winrock Town Center. Visit hyenascomedynightclub.com/Albuquerque for more information. Friday night, high school football playoffs, Volcano Vista at Cleveland at 7 o'clock here on the Sports Animal. And a big day over on News Radio KKOB on Saturday. Lobo football against Colorado State. Pregame starts at noon, kickoff at 1, and that night over on News Radio KKOB, 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock tip. It'll be the Lobos and Aggies renewing the rivalry of enchantment. 505-246-0610 if you want to get in today. Lobos beat UC Riverside last night, 82-68. They beat the Highlanders whilst the Aggies were beating New Mexico Highlands last night. Elsewhere in college basketball last night, around the nation, Michigan struggled last night. They're ranked 5th in the country. They're 6th in the country. They struggled at home. They had to go overtime to beat Wake Forest out of the ACC, 85-84. Mountain West last night, it was a relatively calm night. Air Force is really struggling. They got beat at home by Long Island University. The Sharks, LIU, went into Clune Arena and beat them 76-72, so the Falcons are 0-3. Wyoming at home improves to 3-0. They beat Austin Peay 79-65. Boise State beat UT Rio Grande Valley 85-65. And JJ, what is going on with UNLV? They got run at Thomas and Mack. Montana beat UNLV, put up 102 points on the Rebels. 102-93. Josh Pastner is 1-2.
What's going on with UNLV is what usually happens when there's that big of a turnover.
Well, and
even
their point guard. And they
basketball.
lost their guard, their point guard. Right? Who was, done for the year. So they're with a freshman point guard. But, dang. Wasn't that supposed to be one of those teams at the top? They beat Chattanooga 101-69. But they've lost to UT Martin and Montana. Now they go to Memphis on Sunday. Good luck with that. They got St. Joseph's, Maryland, Alabama, Stanford coming out of Memphis. People want a schedule, right? Put together a schedule, Coach. We want to play teams. I don't want to play UT Arlington and UC Riverside. All right.
So here you go.
You done got it. You done got it. All right. So that's what's going on around the Mountain West. National Football League. You ready for some Jameis? We sitting around, we watched Russ. We watched Jackson Dart. The Giants now are expected to start Jameis Winston against the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. Jackson Dart, their starting quarterback, is in concussion protocol. Giants got back to practice yesterday. Seems unlikely that Jackson Dart is going to be ready to go. So who do you go to? Well, the Mike Kafka, who's the interim coach, said, yeah, we're not going to go to the guy who started the season, not Russell Wilson. We're going to go to the guy who hasn't played yet, Jameis Winston. So, Russ is number 3, dude.
We're going to go to the exciting quarterback.
That's right.
The quarterback that lives his life a quarter mile at a time. The quarterback that will throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in the same game. Eat the W's when you get him, Jameis Winston.
All of that's right. Yes. This will be the first playing time for Jameis since week 15 of last season with Cleveland. Remember, he signed a 2-year, $8 million deal with the Giants in the offseason. I don't even know where I think this is going because the Packers are in such array, and the Packers are all anybody wants to talk about. You get the wild card and Jameis coming out here. Like, the Packers had better beat an interim coach and a third-string quarterback, right?
Yes.
Like, they had better win this game.
Does not need to be questions about your coaching and play calling against New York Giants.
What do you make of all the noise? And it's understandable around the Packers, around Matt LaFleur, around Jordan Love. It's amazing after a couple of games, Jordan Love, in some people's mind, has gone from the next guy to he ain't it, to after 2-3 games, he isn't it. He can't do anything.
That's just the fan/talking head world we live in, and the reality is teams are going to have bad weeks. Players are going to go through slumps. Like, there's not a team you look at, and there's teams that are off to good starts, but they have a bad game, and you can't overreact to everything. Everyone can't be a bust or not elite in this league. It's tough. I think Jordan Love has settled in, a guy that can be top 10 at times, a guy that can kind of look like a middle of the pack quarterback. But again, as you said, it just always has to be one thing or the other immediately. If you're either elite or you're not. And I think for the Packers, they're seeing, and Matt LaFleur, some of it's on him, is he loves this wide receiver rotation and not really leaning into guys. The only guy that they were leaning into is Romeo Doubs. Now, they have to
got
adjust.
hurt.
Life without Tucker Kraft is going to be a challenge for LaFleur and Love. But now it's the time to show who you are as an offensive coach that you've been leaning on for the last few years, and for Jordan Love to kind of look at this offense and say, all right, we need to establish a couple guys. I can't just think you're going to have this rotation of just a ton of different dudes running routes and you're going to be able to find some consistency.
You say this all the time, and I fully agree with you. I want an elite quarterback. Everybody does. But elite means you're like, what, top 3? Right? Who's the elite in this league right now? Mahomes. Mm-hmm. I guess a healthy Lamar and Josh Allen, right?
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's probably slid out of that because he's never healthy. Is there anybody else even in the conversation? Jalen Hurts wins, but he's not considered elite. And I can't tell you how many conversations I've heard in the last day and a half. Well, Jordan Love is never going to be elite. He ain't it. And I keep thinking back to where you go, because I think you're so right on that. You can win and win at a grand level without having an elite quarterback. If you have a good quarterback, if you have a good, serviceable quarterback. And serviceable is not a fair word. It's got to be better than serviceable. If you have a good quarterback, Jordan Love was, and I still believe is, that. Now, has he had a rough patch here in the last few weeks? Yeah, I believe he has. Is he the guy that beat the Cowboys in the playoffs a couple of years ago and then got paid? Well, I mean, Jeff, it was just the Cowboys and they're garbage. Well, not really then. No, that's not right. There's a good team around them. They've got a championship defense. They got a team that's given up 16 points or less, and when they do that, the Packers are 1-3. The rest of the league something like 65, something crazy like that. Okay, you can't run from that stat. That's real. There's enough weapons there. Their offensive line is good enough. You got Josh Jacobs. You got a stable of receivers. Yeah, you're right. Tucker Kraft's out. Figure it out. So yeah, Jordan's got to eat this. But this he ain't it, and what are they going to do? And he's never going to believe. You know what? He may never be elite. And that may be just fine because, dudes, Dak Prescott's never going to be elite. Is Matthew Stafford elite?
Dude, he flirts with it.
He does.
Like right
No, he
now,
does.
he is having an unbelievable season. Like Matthew Stafford is in the MVP conversation, but the majority of quarterbacks in the league at any given time are going to be more the Jordan Love, where you see, you can flash a high ceiling. It's Baker Mayfield, it's Jordan Love, guys that you see they're really good, and at times they might have a few more valleys than the other quarterbacks. But it's just this mentality of when you're comparing everything to the best, well, then you're always going to feel like it's not good, and that's just not the case. That's not how it works in sport. That's not how you can put yourself in position to win games and be a team that could make a run in the playoffs. Yeah, there's always going to be the couple guys that you're looking up to, you're trying to chase down. But how do you work with what you have? And I think there's a lot there for the Packers to still be successful this season, and it does go on. All right, Matt LaFleur. All right, how do you settle in now with this new look offense? Do you have some challenges with your pass catchers? But as you laid out, there's still plenty of names to go down on that list. And, just throwing this conversation, remember early in the season, we used to get a call, maybe like once a week, from this dude that was saying Caleb Williams is a bust. That's been quiet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let things play out a little bit. Like, give us time.
Well, and there's going to be weeks, and I think every quarterback has that. I mean, Mahomes had that, right? There were people who were telling me, well, Mahomes, it's over for him. And I'm like, are you out of your mind? Like, everybody's going to have a week or two where down. Did you see Josh Allen last week? Did you see the interception he threw in the end zone in Miami the other day?
You should have told Josh Allen to go to bed.
See what you did there. See, that's good. Yes. But is he not it because they lost to the Dolphins? Is he not it? Now, he's done more to make you think he's it, and I understand that. Jordan Love is not going to be a top 3 dude. And if that's the standard in Green Bay because you're coming off of Favre and Rodgers, well, you're probably going to be a little disappointed if that's your standard. But Jordan Love's a pretty good quarterback in the NFL who's in a bit of a slump. How much is this on Matt LaFleur and the play call? How much? Because I wonder if Matt LaFleur trusts Jordan Love right now. They run the ball on first and second down almost every damn time.
You got to look at those tendencies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a problem to me. Now, Matt LaFleur was always considered one of these great offensive minds. Did he pull the reins back because he doesn't trust his quarterback? And at some point, then you got to figure that out and decide where the problem is. I'm going to guess the problem is going to management's going to decide that it's on the coach before they decide it's on the quarterback. Because it's easy to go find a new coach than it is find a new quarterback. 505-246-0610. I'd love your thoughts on the Packer. Packer fan, I know you're everywhere, too. I know you are everywhere after watching that. Yeah, he may not be elite. And that might be okay. Because who won the Super Bowl last year? The Eagles? Did they have an elite quarterback? Do you call him elite?
No, but he's one of those guys that's in the mix. That he's good and can have moments of very good.
Yeah. And then you can have moments where you're like, wait, what's going on with the Eagles? Even when they're winning. By the way, they scored 10 damn points last week. But you know what? They won. Winning is the ultimate deodorant. It covers up a lot of stink, doesn't it?
Gives you time.
Winning does that. All right, more NFL for you when we get back. A sudden maybe retirement from a guy who felt like he was at the top of his game. We got injury updates for you as we go closer and closer. Well, you probably had your fantasy football free agency yesterday, but as we get closer and closer to the next week and getting vital because every game's big now. You got to win. You got to win. You got to win. And we'll hear coming up in a little bit from Jason Eck on Colorado State and how his team is preparing for the Rams as they come off a bye week. Hey, if you're getting engaged, there's only one place to go get a ring, and it's John Thomas Jewelers. I know there's a lot of places that you could go, but there's really only one place you should. John Thomas Jewelers is your spot. That's my jewelry store. They are my jewelers. Why would you go there? Well, look, when you buy a ring, how do you know she's going to love the ring that you give her? The one that she's going to have forever. You don't. Any ring you design, any ring you buy at John Thomas Jewelers has the no regrets engagement ring. They've got over 3,000 right now for you to look at. Men's and women's bridal sets. If you don't like what they have, it's not exactly it, design it. You'll see it in 3D. They'll preview it for you in 3D printed wax before it's made in precious metals. If she wants something different, you've got an entire year to redesign it even after you propose. No penalty, not even on custom-made rings. All of their rings come with a free lifetime nationwide warranty. They're diamonds, the best you can find. They're hand-selected by John Thomas Jewelers in Antwerp, Belgium, which is the diamond capital of the world. This is an amazing, amazing offer. The No Regrets engagement ring, it's exclusively at John Thomas Jewelers. Go by and see them. You'll understand the second you walk in the door why they're my jeweler. 3rd floor, Lewis University building. It's on Louisiana. 1 block south of Manal. You'll see why they've been voted the best jewelry store in Albuquerque 5 straight years. Voted one of America's coolest jewelry stores. It's John Thomas Jewelers, where Albuquerque gets engaged.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks.
Hyena's Comedy Nightclub on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
All right, this kind of feels like it came out of nowhere. A 28-year-old guy who feels like he's at the top of his game, stepping away and may retire. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck, Eagles cornerback Jair Alexander stepped away from football. Focusing on getting right physically and mentally. He's recovering from off-season knee surgery. 28 years old. And he said he's considering retirement. Look, man. I always think about Glover Quinn and his story. And guys saying, I'm going to get out on my terms. I got enough money. I got enough health left. This game is brutal, and I want to go live my life and be healthy and be able to do what I want to do. And I'm not sure that I would ever hold that against him. Howie Roseman's the general manager of the Eagles. He says, I think when you talk about him, talking about Jair Alexander, still being a young guy, knowing where his health is at, feeling healthy, feeling good, we felt the risk was worth the reward with him. That was his quote when he signed it. I'm never going to tell a guy when to walk away and when to not. If you don't have the love for the game, that's a game you can't play half-assed. Right?
Not at all. You got to be all in.
Yeah. If you are not fully invested, then the answer is, yeah, I got to go. I got enough money. I got enough health. Had some fun. I'm done getting hit. I'm done spending the majority of my life in a training room, in an ice tub or rehabbing or whatever. The guy decides that, man, I'm on his side. So that one feels like it came out of nowhere. All right, you're on the emails this morning. Jeff at sportsanimal82.com. JJ at sportsanimal82.com. James is in. JJ said, people have lives. Jeff, why are the women playing on a Wednesday morning? I can't watch that. I got a big business meeting at 11 a.m.
I'm sure you do. You always seem to have a meeting when there's a game.
Yeah, I'm going to guess the answer is you wouldn't go anyway. And so now they gave a bunch of school kids the opportunity to go out and watch a basketball game. So there'll be plenty others
screaming at everything.
Yep.
And then I'm waiting for the moment. I'm prepared. 67 points. And everyone's just like 6-7. No one knows what it means, but it gets people going.
It's everywhere too. Look, man. James, you weren't going. You weren't. And if you were, they're
I've caught on, James. Every email you send, you just happen to have a big business meeting
That's
at
business.
the
It says
exact
business. It says
time, exact time as tip-off.
Yeah.
Or you have a fitness class.
Yeah. Or there's something.
It's just crazy how everything just lines up for you, James.
You better call the athletic department and give them your damn schedule. Because you're not going anywhere. Mike says the Lobo football game against Colorado State this weekend is not that big of a game, Jeff. Can we tell the hype machine to ease off versus a Ramit club that might be the worst team in your league and just fired their coach? They've beaten you, 13 straight times? You haven't beat them since 2007? That
Tell me you don't understand sports without telling me you don't understand sports.
Yeah.
It's a big game because you're in a position where you should beat Colorado State, and you haven't been in that position in forever. To get to 7, to keep yourself alive in a race.
That's the reason it's a big game. That one right there.
For a Mountain West title game appearance, possibly, maybe.
You are still in contention for a league championship. With 3 games to go, the University of New Mexico football in November is in contention for a league championship. That doesn't make it a big game, then?
Even if you're favored,
every game's a big game.
It's still a game where, if not now, when? If you don't snap this streak this weekend, I don't know the next time you're ever going to play Colorado State in a football game.
That's
They're just sitting on a 14-game losing streak.
Kick them on the way out the door. Is it the biggest game on your schedule? Probably not. And like I say every week, when you play 12 of them, they're all big. They all mean something. And this year lined up perfectly for there was motivation at every step, right?
Every turn. And it's the last big game where UNM can push like this, and that can call out the fans.
Well, it might not be, because if you win the next 2...
but it's everyone. I understand. Oh, I'm going to be in...
I don't know, man.
I'm
People
gonna be
come home for Thanksgiving. There's a lot of people that come home for Thanksgiving. Right? Kids come back from college. Families gather. And I don't know. Is Kalina back there? Does she go to the mall on Black Friday? Who the hell goes to the mall on Black Friday? I mean, everybody does.
No one.
Everybody does, but nobody I know does. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
Without this, then you don't have anything on Black Friday.
Well, you have plenty on Black Friday.
But I mean, for like the football.
Yeah. Look, there's going to be NFL. There's going to be. That's what I'm going to get the email from James. He's got to watch the NFL game, so he can't go to the Lobo game, right? But then he's going to bitch that he doesn't have the right streaming service for either game.
And if you can't get over 20,000 for this one, then
yeah, I think they're a little over 18 right now, so I think they're going to get over 20. Can they tickle the 25? And look, is it a big game? It's a big game for the last part you said. That you said that you're still in contention for a championship. You're playing a program you have not beaten in 13 straight tries. They have owned you. Are they down? Yeah. But they've been down before, man. It's not like they've been dominant against everybody else over the last decade and a half. They've been dominated against you. They've been kicking your ass. And you are better than them this year. And it's a season of statements, is it not? It's a season to make statements. And that's what they've been doing. All right, I got to take this break, don't I? 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. We get to the phones when we get back. Prize Picks. This holiday season, best time of year for sports. We got bowl games coming up, basketball matchups, playoff pushes. It's happening all at once, and while you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there's one place where it feels so good to be right, and that is Prize Picks. it's your first time trying the app, you're going to have a great time. If you've been doing it for a while, you're going to have a great time. But you download the Prize Picks app, and here's what you do. You pick a lineup, 2 to 6 players. You say more or less. And if you are right, you win money. You're watching the games anyway, aren't you? Of course you are. You think you know something about it, don't you? Yep, we all do. So why don't you go on there and look at what Giannis Antetokounmpo's number is? 4.5 dunks. Will Giannis have more or less than 4.5 dunks? You can play hoops tonight. Steph Curry, 23.5 points, more or less. Luka Doncic, they put up a big number today, 34.5 for Luka tonight against Oklahoma City on the road. Or you want to play some soccer? I think that's no. You can play Maction tonight. Tucker Gleason, the Toledo quarterback. You can play his passing yardage more or less than 174.5 yards. See how it works? It's a great time, and then you collect. And they pay quickly. If you want to cash out, they cash you out really, really quickly. Here's what you got to do. Download the Prize Picks app, enter the code KNML, and when you do, you'll get $50 of lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's the code KNML to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineups. It's only on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more.
Read sometimes. I listen to some things I listen to. And it's okay to take the mask off. Like, there's so many people masquerading as Lobo fans that you are just waiting for the demise of your football program. And it's okay to embrace small successes and steps. I've told you got to walk before you run. And I know there's this whole, it's not that big of a game and it's just New Mexico and we're going to lose our damn coach. Like, you're rooting for it. And maybe it's years of being kicked in the junk and not winning and being teased. But I don't know why you're a sports fan then and why you masquerade as a Lobo fan. Like, there's people, JJ, literally, I believe, rooting, and they call themselves Lobo fans. Well, ex-con anyway. Well, this isn't that big a game. We beat whoever we beat, but they're not that. UCLA is not that good anyway. And it's like you're just looking to downplay every success. And yet you masquerade as a Lobo fan. And it's cool if you're not. Right? Like, I get when Lobo fan is beating up on the Aggies and, well, who'd you beat? Well, I got that. But all these people who masquerade as Lobo fans and just are waiting for failure. I see you. I get it. You can take your mask.
There's a lot of people like that. And you said just so many years of not having that payout as a fan, and they've built up this way to just not feel bad, not care, because they just expect failure or laugh at failure. And that's such a big thing of the sports world that we live in. And heck, I think life, people just can't wait for when you fail or something goes wrong.
Yeah. Mike says, not that big of a game. He said, but to paraphrase JJ last week before the Buffs, last year doesn't matter. You're talking about the women's basketball game. The rosters are all different. If last year didn't matter against Colorado, then what's different against CSU? Okay.
That's a different conversation, dude.
Evidently it's not. Let's go to Earl.
Dude, like, can you not have critical a thought in your head?
Earl, good morning. Thanks for holding. You're on the Sports Animal. What's good, Earl? Earl.
Good morning. Okay, so you guys know I'm a fan. So this thing about UNM, I didn't mean to talk about it. I got something else I want to talk about.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite memories is all of my Lubbock family flew into New Mexico to watch Texas Tech play UNM, and UNM beat them. And I loved it. And I only want more of that. So just so you know, I'm not a pretender waiting for failure. I want to see more of the beatdowns. Anyways, can I talk about this quarterback conversation?
Please.
So anyways, I'm thinking about, the fact is Patrick Mahomes came out of the gates running, and he did awesome things. And I did get to see him play in Texas Tech, and he was amazing there. There was never a question about it. But it makes me wonder about, unfortunately, as a Cowboy fan, Romo and Prescott, like, how long do you, again, I've said it before, but how long do you wait to see greatness? But then I answer that question by saying, what about Elway? Elway came in late and won a Super Bowls late. Is there a difference between Elway and Romo and Dak? And I would say that Elway's better. But the other thing is, I was sitting in Albuquerque this weekend, and I did practice some golf shots out of Arroyo del Oso. I love to go to Frank's Chicken and Waffles, and, man, that was awesome, and I love Frank and appreciate him. But that being said, I'd love to talk about gambling if you want to hear about that.
I got about 37 seconds. Go.
Okay, so listen, I don't know if you've seen this, but I've seen a personal friend of mine pick up the football team that someone is playing, some team and some other team, and he takes them to the bar and opens the bar up for them, and then depending upon how much they drink, he makes a lot of money off of that. Gambling is weird to me. There's so many dynamics, and the fact that we're seeing these cheaters being called out, that's interesting to me. And I'm talking about baseball, most recently, but that's it. I'm out, guys.
All right, Earl. Wow.
Alrighty.
All right, what was the Frank's Chicken and Waffles thing?
Just shout out Frank's Chicken and Waffles.
All right, yummy. I'm down.
Yeah. And I understand that sports betting can be crazy. And by the way, I just wanted to bookend the whole back and forth. The comment I made, last year doesn't matter. That's when people are trying to bring up net rankings or RPI for a team and say, oh, this is who it's going to be. This is who you're playing this week. That's a different conversation than a school that's beat you 13 times.
Look, the context was looking at this game. How do you break down this game? What is Colorado? What is New Mexico? This was women's basketball last week. And you said it's hard to compare and hard to look at them because their roster's different. They got completely different players. The conversation to the emailer, to Mike, was totally different. He was talking about a game and said you can't compare the team. Now, if you want to tell me you can't compare this team to team 10 years ago, you're right. You're 100% right. They've kicked your ass for how many straight?
13 times.
You went up there. Remember that Danny team that it was the Dampier team his freshman year. They were inside the red zone, like 5 times. They scored 3 points that day. They lost 17-3. Like, get that monkey off your back. And by the way, they're 2-7 and you're 6-3 and you're in the middle of something that could be really special. If not now, when? Right? Holy smokes. All right. Look, I'm not going to apologize. I just think there's a lot of people out there that masquerade as fans that just love the failure. Maybe it's because you're so used to it, or you want to see Lobo fans just continue to be miserable. I wonder where it comes from. Or maybe that's sports fandom these days. I don't even know. All right, we'll hear Eck on Elk coming up at 8:15. Reset here at the top. Sean Ryder's going to be with us to talk Lobo football coming up at 9. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck on a Wednesday on the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Hour.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66, built by generations past, built
Sports Animal. Now it's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Here's Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
All right, coming off Lobo basketball's win last night, 82-68 in the pit. They beat UC Riverside. New Mexico is 3-0, headed down to Las Cruces to play the Aggies on Saturday night. New Mexico State was the winner last night. They improved to 2-0. 74-58, the Aggies beat the Cowboys of New Mexico Highlands. Jamel Jones led them with 24. For the Lobos, 6 players in double figures, only 5 turnovers. Their starting point guard, Dayton Albury, did not play with a lower body injury. Their backup point guard, Uriah Tennett, did not play, lower body injury. And they only turned the ball over 5 times. 14-0 run in the second half, broke open a tie game, and the Lobos beat the Highlanders. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. We're going to hear, we'll hear from Jason. You got a little Eric Olin. Is there a specific bite you want to play from Eric Olin after the game for the post game last night?
Nothing specific. I just kind of had your conversation if you wanted it anytime this morning with Coach.
All right. Well, we'll do it. And Kalina's going to be here. So we'll do that here in a little bit. She knows where it is, right?
Yes.
JJ's got to dip a little bit earlier. He's got a little women's basketball at the pit. 11 o'clock is the tip-off. 10:30 is the pregame show here on the Sports Animal. They will play New Orleans. Is that the Musketeers?
Privateers.
I knew it's some sort of tears. And it was not Tears for Fears. But it's Privateers?
The Privateers.
What is a privateer? Who is one to bow?
I don't know what a privateer is.
Yeah, I'm not certain I do either. All right. I also been fielding your typical correspondence today. And I just wonder about some people who consider themselves Lobo fans, and you're rooting for the demise, right? You root for failure. The text line says those masqueraders, as I put it, want to put themselves in a position to say, I told you so. Even if it's 3, 4, 5 years down the road, they said, I said this from the beginning, blah, 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 like there's some sort of prophet. Yeah, I think there's something to that. I think there's a lot to that. What do you got? Let's go to Brian. Brian, you're on the Sports Animal. Good morning.
Good morning, man. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for the call.
Hey, about this Lobo football game and about some of these eternal pessimists that we seem to have here, I think what it is there's some people you just can't make them happy. They're just, and they always want to predict the worst. And if you predict the worst all the time, eventually you'll be right. And, but that goes back to the old saying, even a broken clock is correct twice. So that being said, I picked up 4 tickets. I'm taking my 86-year-old dad and my 2 sons. We've been waiting for a team like this. We're going to show up. This is a special coach. This is a special team. And by God, we've been waiting for this for years. And we're going to go and we're going to support the heck out of them and show them that we appreciate them. And, man, if you can't get behind this team, I'm sorry. Like you said, you're a fair-weather fan. We don't need you. We want to make this coach stick around, and we got to show him we appreciate him.
Appreciate you, man. There's something to it. I don't know what goes into any individual decision, right? I think all decisions we make, career-wise, life-wise, have their own merit. They have their own circumstances. And everybody's worried about, is Eck going to stay? Is Eck going to go? I don't know. I don't know the answer, man. If something great for him comes up, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to be really happy for Jason Eck and Kimberly and for that family. Because I really like them, and what Eck's done here has been spectacular. Now, does support and the level thereof go into his consideration? He's never going to talk about this publicly, and I don't blame him, and I don't believe he should. But let me ask you, if you're him and your agent's fielding phone calls from whomever is calling with all these jobs open, and I know he wants to finish it here. I do believe he likes it here. I do believe his family enjoys it here. I believe all that. I believe he likes the situation. He's paid well. He could be paid better somewhere else. But don't you think like some level of support goes into the decision? Like what is the ceiling? And if he looks and says, man, we're having a relatively historic season, and I don't know if it's historic, it's a good season, JJ. It's the best season in a decade. And looks up and there's 18,000 on a beautiful afternoon in November when you're playing Colorado State and you still have a chance for a championship, and there's no excuses. And a lot of the high school playoff games are on Friday. There's some high school stuff. Don't you think that factors in, man? Do I want to go to a place where at least they get some support and I'll rebuild and I can make more money, or let me stick around for a few more years and finish this job, or do they even give a damn around? Don't you think that goes into, wouldn't it, if it was you?
Yes, because this is one where you're not asking people to just support you for what will come. Like, they are 6-3 right now with the ability to be a double-digit win team. Like, that's on the table. That's a possibility. Like, there's so many positives that you've seen it. You don't have to just hope and be like, well, I'm a fan, I'm going to support them until. Like, it's here right now.
Right.
For what everyone says they want. Well, put a product out there that's entertaining, or give me some wins and I'll support you. You have all that at this exact moment.
Yeah. And so, look, you know me well enough. I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to be a fan. Do what you want. If you want to be that person who roots against them and loves failure, that's your thing, man. If you watch on TV, cool. But those of you who call in and say, he's going to be gone anyway, or I told you so, or whatever, what do you expect, man? If you're rooting for it, you're basically supporting failure. What do you expect? And that's where the whole thing's got to change at some point. This whole, why can't we have nice things? At some point, man, embrace the moment and enjoy what you got. I think you got a really good basketball coach who is still learning this place and still figuring it out and starting his season is 3-0. And I do believe enjoys being here. And dude just spent 20-something years working in La Jolla.
I'm sure that there are people there that didn't think he was ever going to leave that program.
Well, I'm right. And they're probably going, what are you doing?
Yeah, like, why are you leaving San Diego for Albuquerque?
Yeah.
And go talk to the Aztecs about that. This is... it's... Everyone wants that forever, but you don't get that in sport. Enjoy the moment. People are going to leave. Coaches are going to take different jobs. And most of the time, in the history of Lobo Athletics, guess what? You've been the one that's fired the coaches, so what are you so worried about?
Man, and by the way, you just took a guy from Idaho. Did you feel bad for Moscow, Idaho? Did you feel bad for Idaho fans when you took their coach? Probably not, if he gets an opportunity, if and when he goes, good. And but my point is, if you really want him to stay, give him something to stay for him. Right? Show him what the place can be. He's showing you what the place can be. He's probably proving to many of you what you didn't think could happen. Well, it happens one year, Jeff, but then what happened? I don't know, man. 2 years in a row of pretty exciting football. Bronco did it last year, right? But they were 5-7. That quarterback left, the coach left, the staff left. You thought you were done. I remember your phone calls in December and January. It's over. Why don't we just quit, drop football and all, right? They hired Jason Ed, and now you're 6-3. And in the middle of a really, really fun special season. So A, I suggest you enjoy it, but B, support it. If you want it to stick around, if you want it to continue to grow. Look, I don't know where his mindset is. I don't. I believe Jason wants to finish the job here, and that means build something that's a sustainable winner. But I also believe there's going to be opportunities, and he's going to have some contemplation. And so what goes into making decisions? And I've not had this conversation with him, but if I was in his shoes, part of it would be, part of the decision-making process for me would probably be the level of support. Where does it, is it maxed out? Is that what it is? And I know some of you are going to say, yeah, that's it, Jeff. That's all it is. It's going to be 18,000 at the max, and that's okay. If that's the reality, then that's what y'all are creating. You got to eat some of that. 505-246-0610. All right. Let's take this break, and then we'll come back. I'll go to the phones. We're going to hear what Eck had to say about his team potentially being complacent against a 2-7 Colorado State team. I think you're going to love the answer. Eck comparing or bringing up an elk analogy, I think is really, really good. Meanwhile, who's watching your home when you're not there? My house is being watched by IPS, as are so many homes and businesses around our area. Why? Because IPS is affordable private security, and they keep the bad guys away. You see them in your neighborhood. You see them in your stores. Property crime is real, and you've worked really, really hard to build what you've got. Don't let the bad guys just come in and destroy it. International Protective Service has officers all around town, strategically placed. Albuquerque, Santa Fe, so they react quickly when alarms go off at properties that they monitor. They often catch criminals in the act. They'll detain them. The police come and pick them up. IPS will offer you standing guards if you'd like eyes on your property around the clock. They will install alarms and camera systems, and they've got a state-of-the-art facility monitoring those cameras 24/7. This all raises the level of security around your home and your business. So who's watching your home when you're not there? Make sure it is the good guys. The good guys are IPS. 505-897-2420. Area code 505-897-2420. They're online at ipsglobal.com. International Protective Service is passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
This report is sponsored by...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Nine o'clock. The beat writer for Level Football will join us. It'll be Ryder on the radio. Going to hear from Eric Olin in a little bit. You're going to hear from Jason Eck here very shortly. Let's go to the phones. 505-246-0610. Rudy, thanks for holding. You are the sports animal. Good day, sir.
Good day. Do you remember Gwen Poe?
Not sure I do.
So maybe you weren't around here, but when we were talking about putting a sports stadium downtown and Jim Baca was mayor,
okay,
the little lady decided that her taxes were going to go up and she didn't want the stadium downtown. And so she led this revolution. And so we ended up with one stadium for the price of two instead of 2 stadiums for the price of one, because the plan was to take the sports stadium and give it to UNM and let them upgrade it, and then they have a nice, major league style ballpark, and then the Dukes get a new stadium downtown. Well, it's the same mentality of people that are doing this. They can't stand the fact that we're having fun. They can't stand the fact that Lobo football is a commodity that people want to attend. I don't care how many people are there Saturday. The people are there are the ones that care. The people that go are the ones that are going to shout, yell, scream, and it'll be well over 20,000. There's a lot of people talking about going to the game. So what starts up right away? Oh, it might rain. Yeah. Come on. There's a one-word remedy for that. Poncho. Let's stop with the excuses and take your mask off. And if you really don't like Lobo football, but why do you get on but Jeff, to get on your show to do this? Why?
Because they...
Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, because they feel that they're heard. and they enjoy, because you're right, man. They revel in that. Saturday's forecast is 68 and partly sunny.
And if it does rain, I've had a poncho that I've taken for Lobo football games for years. That's the remedy if you don't want to be wet. Hey, it's time to end the excuses. And I wish for the rest of the week, when somebody calls up and starts that, you just tell them, next week, buddy. This week, let's all get together and focus on one thing. Can we get to 25,000? Buy a ticket. You heard Brian. He's taken an 86-year-old father and his son. That's what you do. That's what this is all about. And it's how Michigan football got built. And I'll never forget the first time I came back from law school and I said Michigan football. Somebody said, we're not Michigan. Nobody said we were. But let's be who we are, and let's fill what we have, and let's be proud of what we have, because we have a damn good football coach. And last night at the Pit, it was fun. And people who had never been to Lobo Talk showed up, and they were sitting there watching Coach X. And the guy's irrepressible. He really is.
All right,
Final
man.
thought, go. You can do both. You can go to the game, and you can hop in your car and make the game down in Las Cruces if you really, really want to. But I'm going to go enjoy the game. I'm going to come home, and I'm going to watch the Lobos beat up on little brother down south.
Yeah, man. Enjoy the week. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Weather report, according to NOAA.gov, by the way. Saturday, partly sunny with a high near 68. 20% of showers Saturday night after 11 o'clock. I mean, November what? 15th, it's going to be 68.
Sounds phenomenal.
I mean, find your excuses. All right, this is a great soundbite. So Jason Eck was at his press conference yesterday, and they're coming off a bye. They're playing a team that's 2-7, and he was asked, and I'm going to paraphrase the question. I don't even know who asked it. I was busy yesterday. Didn't get that. Something to the effect of, how do you get your team up? For a team that's 2-7, and you've been playing well, and how do you stay motivated and not take them for granted? And here's Jason Eck's response to getting his team ready to play Colorado State.
Yeah, I think we got to keep bringing it out of them, because I think that's probably human nature. Back like the cavemen and stuff, when they went out hunting and they killed like 3 elk or whatever, and then they had like a stockpile of elk sitting in their cave. They probably like relaxed a little bit and said, yeah, I got enough food for a while, I don't got to go kill more elk. So I think that is like a human nature that has been like through men for time. So we got to fight that a little bit.
Makes sense. Got a stockpile of elk sitting there. I don't need it for a while, but we got to go keep killing elk.
And all that meat.
Yeah, got to go keep killing elk. In this case, rams. Look, I'm going to guess that was somewhat, prepared, because he knew he was going to get that question. I'm down. I don't care. I think it's a great answer, and it's who that guy is. Keeps entertaining, keeps winning, and somebody asked me the other day, would X shtick be working if they weren't winning? Yes, but not as much.
He would come across differently. He'd be asking, hey, get on board.
It's going to take time
rise
to build
together type of deal. Now it's just like, boom, we're here. Show up, y'all.
Well, but again, this is what people have been saying. How many years have we sat here and done this? And people said, I'm not going to go out and watch them. All they do is lose, blah, blah, blah. Let them prove it first. And I don't know what they've proven to you, but at 6-3, they've proven that they're pretty competitive. I don't know what more you need. And again, like Rudy said, man, take your mask off. If you're not, you don't want to support it, cool. I don't know why you listen to this format or want to get in on the conversation. Like, if global football ain't your thing, cool, man. But let the people who are enjoying it enjoy it, and encourage people to jump on, because, again, I'm going to go to this, and I know there's a very, very tiny faction of you who are on this thing. But I will say this again and again. You are not cheating on Lobo basketball if you support Lobo football. In fact, if Lobo football is good, it will make your basketball program better. It is more revenue. That is where the revenue is made all around college athletics. Not here, Jeff. You're not wrong. You're not right. It's not just about attendance. And why do you think you got left behind in the conference race? Because of football. So, make your choice, man. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But, like Rudy said, man, for those who are enjoying it, why do you want to pee on their parade? I do you get enjoy, like, whatever. That part, I don't totally get. All right, back to you at 505-246-0610. Ken, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Ken.
Hello. Yeah, I think it's human nature that we focus on one bad or two calls or individuals when the mass.
That's fair. You're right.
The masses are positive.
Responding to the trickle of one.
And for some reason, we spend so much time talking about one person, about the weather, and then we miss exactly what's going on as a whole community. 90% of us that are interested in sports and athletics are absolutely down with Lobo Athletics right now. We are fired up. We're pumped. The only reason why I'm not going to be at the game is I'm going to be driving to Cruces. I'm going to attend the Aggie game.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. And I don't know if it's human nature. I don't know if it's the format. I don't know if it's just the way we are culturally, that we focus on the negativity by one or two people, and it kind of ruins our morning a little bit.
Yeah, you're right.
Not ruin, but just kind of like gets us kind of, oh my gosh, what's going on? And you're going to see there's going to be about 23,000, and it's going to be positive. Nobody says we're going to be getting 30,000 in 1 year, but when you look at last year, that's probably about an 8,000 person increase, and that's how you build this thing. This thing is not going to be turning a switch and you're going to get 5,000 people a game because he's 6-3. That's just not how this thing works. But when you start doing the increases of 5 to 7 to 8,000 a game, next year he stays, everything's awesome, preseason number 2, whatever it is, that's how you build this thing. All of a sudden you get 2,000 to 3,000 increase next year. Pretty soon you're averaging 30,000 a game by the end of next year. That's how you grow this thing. So I get it. I mean, I'm the same way. I always focus on somebody that says something negative about the Lobos. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with that person? But yet 10 people are like, oh my gosh, last night's game was amazing. The depth. Go ask Josh Pastor, what's his name from UNLV?
Josh
right
Pastor,
now,
who's 1-2 and just got beat by Montana at home.
Yeah, and he didn't have the answers. When he listened to his post game, he's just like, well, I'm not sure about rotation. I'm not sure about this. 3 guys have to step up for us to be competitive. That is not what we're going through here at Lobo Land with Olin. We have depth. We don't need 3 guys stepping up. We need, a different person every night or 2 step up, and you don't know where it's coming from. We are very, very lucky right now in Lobo Land for what we're going through. So let's enjoy it. I'm enjoying it. I'm talking about it with my friends. They're pumped up. So let's try to stay positive. I'm not saying you guys, but I'm just saying as a community, let's try to focus on the positive because there's so much positive right now.
That's good.
So thanks, guys.
It's
Appreciate
good.
it.
JJ Toby just sent me a text. It said, how about when the negative Weavers call in, you gong them mid-sentence, hang up on them. People love it. I said, I don't hate that. He said, try it. If the ratings go up, you owe me a beer. I said, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. All right, 505-246-0610. I got a break. Back to the phones when we get back. Sean Ryder at the top of the hour. And let me real quick explain. I guess he's right. He's 100% right, and we have fallen victim to responding to the trickle of one in some respects. But the trend is, because the crowd was, I would say, underwhelming. Is that fair for the last home game? Because you got to almost, I don't want to say beg, but right to get 25,000 for a 6-3 team. So while the negative people calling, I believe they're in the minority. It's how is the community responding non-verbally as well. Does that make sense?
It does.
And I guess that's kind of why we've gravitated that way. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM at AM 610, the Sports Animal. Hey, you got a friend or a relative or a neighbor whose backyard is just incredible, immaculate. You want it. The water feature, the pavers, maybe even the putting green. You want that for your landscape, but now it's fall and you've decided to wait until spring. Bad idea. Let me tell you why it's a bad idea. Because just about everybody thinks the same thing. And what that means is you get on a list, and by the time your project is done, half of next summer is gone. Call LaBarge Landscape today. Have it done so when spring arrives, you don't have to wait. If you know what you want, LaBarge Landscape is going to bring it to life. If you're not sure what you want, you know you got some space out there, but you're not sure what to do with it, let their design team come out, drop some sketches until you get exactly what your family wants, the landscape of your dreams. You're going to get years of enjoyment from a landscape transformation. You will love it. Remember this, the people who get to enjoy a new landscape in the spring, those are the people who call LaBarge Landscape now. And if you just need a cleanup during the fall, like leaf cleanup or pruning of shrubs, LaBarge Landscape does that too. They came out to my house about 2 months ago. My yard had gotten away, front and back. Now I pull up to the house, it looks different. It just looks better, and I spend way more time in the backyard. My grass has come back, my sprinkler system works, all those random trees and shrubs and weeds and crap are gone. LaBarge Landscape did that for me. I couldn't have been happier. I am so glad I called LaBarge Landscape. Go look at their website, LaBarge, L-A-B-A-R-G-E, LaBargeLandscape.net. Bounce around the gallery, see some of the projects they've done, and then give them a call. 505-345-3000 is the number. 505-345-3000. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It's LaBarge Landscape.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a...
And the sports animal.
Global women's basketball this afternoon, 10:30 pregame, 11 o'clock tip over at the pit. J.J. Buck will have the call. Lobos and the Privateers of New Orleans. Global men's basketball last night. UNM improves to 3-0. 82-68 was the final. They beat UC Riverside. Next up, the Aggies. New Mexico State was the winner last night, 74-58 in Las Cruces against New Mexico Highlands. Jeff Symbieta and Kalina going the rest of the way. Sean Ryder will be with us coming up at 9 o'clock. Let's go to you at 505-246-0610. Michael, can you hit that? Because these buttons don't work. Thanks, Kalina. Michael, you're on the Sports Animal. What's good?
Thank you. Yes, good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Well, there are several things that are, I think, that are involved in getting people to go to the football games.
Okay.
And ironically, one of them is the state game, the New Mexico State Lobo games, when they're here, obviously. I have a friend who says, never going back to a football game. And the thing is people go to that game because it's state. But if they don't have a good experience with parking and getting in, then they never go back. They don't realize that the rest of the time you're only going to get at most 3/4 of that crowd. And it's not going to be that difficult. And I think, too, a lot of times, and I've been going to these games forever.
Yep.
So a lot of times, too, people go and the weather's nice, and what do? Half of them tailgate and don't even buy tickets or go into the game.
Tailgates.
So there ought to be something. I think there's some marketing involved in this, too. Like, how about tickets to the kids of Yaffle parents? Doesn't have to be every game. And this way, the parents take them.
Michael, they're doing free tickets for kids under 12 to every game except for the New Mexico State game in that north end zone. If a parent buys a ticket, they got free tickets for kids under 12.
So how come I don't know about it?
I don't know, but they publicize it pretty good.
They should advertise it.
Yeah, they publicize it pretty good at the beginning of the season. Now they've kind of pivoted off that. I'll give you that. I don't know that people still remember that, but that was a big deal like preseason. And then the Aggie game hit. It wasn't eligible for that. I'll give you that. I don't know that they've emphasized that a lot since then. Their marketing has been really creative, a lot of social media stuff. But to your point, are they hitting mainstream marketing? Are they hitting TV? If you don't know about it, then I'm sure a lot of other people don't as well. But they are doing that right now for kids under 12. But they're free.
Well, I think that now that we have a winning team, because as good a fan as I am, the last couple of years, I got to say some of the games are just unwatchable. I had never left a game at halftime.
Yeah, but it's different now. It's different,
you know?
right? Yeah, but it's different now, and this team's better.
Well, it is different now, so we need to take advantage of that and really market the heck out of this. Let's get the parking. How about on the west side? It's a dirt lot. I mean, sometimes you got to make the tailgating interesting. But this good friend of mine went to the state game.
He ain't going back.
Well, people think they go to the state game because it's a state game. People come from all over the state and they go.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Then they think. But then I tried to get in an hour before the game started, and usually we don't do that
But
early.
you need to there,
right?
and they got a problem with that, and that's a big deficiency.
I
Yeah,
was so upset.
yeah, I don't blame you. And Michael, appreciate the call. Thanks for calling. Look, that's a whole nother issue, and he's not wrong. That was line 3. He's not wrong. That they've got to figure that part out, and that's a facility issue. That's an infrastructure issue. That is, yes, that's a real part. If you don't have a good experience, you're not going back. I'll sit on my couch or I'll do something else. I ain't going, and I get that. All right, keep them coming. I got 3 lines blinking at me. 505-246-0610. Where do we want to go, Kalina? What's on 1? All right, well, you forgot his. Let's hit it, and then let's find out his name on the air. Who's this?
This is Jerry.
What's up, Jerry? You're on the air. What's going on?
Holy cow, I don't know what island that guy's been living on. We've been talking about this for 3 years.
Yep.
But the fact is, we all got to go to the game. And, when you anticipate a big crowd, you do 2 things. One, you don't get drunk before, so you don't have to go to the bathroom every 10 minutes. And the other thing is you eat and have plenty of liquids or food in you so you don't have to stand in line. And you go and watch the football game. And you enjoy the football game, and in spite of the stadium, which hopefully we're going to get fixed.
Yep.
So,
yeah. So you might not be smart, but you ain't new, is what you're telling me.
Yeah. So, but come on, man, we got a great team. I was at the basketball game. I've been there. I've seen remarkable improvement in the 3 games that I've watched them play, and. The thing that people have to realize is defensively, these guys are really good, and that's what you got to have to win games, especially on the road. The defense travels. Our offense is going to be just fine. We got guys that are getting the ball inside and scoring, and I think we're going to have a pretty good season. So,
yep, no,
I'm pretty optimistic about everything.
All right, Jerry. I appreciate your call. Thanks, man. Keep them coming. 505-246-0610. Jeffrey, you're up next on the Sports Animal. What's good, Jeffrey?
What's up, man?
A lot of the same. What's up with you?
Well, I was going to say, it's good hearing you on the live calls, more than just once in a while. So you're doing a great job, man.
I appreciate that. It means a lot.
I watch you from the corner. And I'm just like, you look like you're having fun with Daniel, so that's good to see on the basketball side of things.
Yeah, that's a good dude.
I don't really understand. Maybe it's just that people only have this sample size of experience in New Mexico. But if anybody travels outside of New Mexico, well, first let me put it this way: there's nowhere that I can park to go to a football game that I have to walk more than 10 minutes to get there. It doesn't matter where I park. Like I can park at C&M, I can park on the other side of it, but I'm not walking more than 10 minutes. They need to go to a California USC, UCLA game. They need to go to an Arizona State game. They need to go, to a Tucson University of Arizona game. Like, pick another couple ones.
I was at the Dolphins. I was at the Dolphins this weekend. I was at Miami, Syracuse this weekend. I mean, you got to hike a little bit, man.
A little bit, right? And look, we all know about the infrastructure problems with getting in, and the only time that's a problem is when you fill the stadium. But if you don't fill the stadium, you're not going to get that problem fixed. And we've known this for years, that it's a problem. And the good news is that it seems like there might be some relief on the way. But that's not an excuse to show up one time and complain about the parking and say, I'm never coming back. Because if you're that person, you never really wanted to come in the first place. You just needed something to bitch about.
There's got to be a meet in the middle on this. Look, if you don't have a good experience, you're not going back, right? If parking's tough, I can't find a spot or whatever, and then it takes me 45 minutes to get in. we got to meet in the middle of this. Like, I understand it, dude. If I went somewhere and I was like, you as a fan will do that because you're invested. You're going one way or another. If you're periphery and you're trying to get people off the ledge here and buy in, and that's their experience, I get it, man. They're not going to come back. I don't love this thing that much anyway, and it's not that fun and it's miserable to get in. Like, we all got to fix it. So I understand where they're coming from. So everybody's got to jump in and fix it. You're right, and there needs to be perspective on it, but by the same token, it's got to get fixed.
No, 100%. And I think, like right now, and I know this will probably be like the cookie cutter answer, the good experience to having to go through all that is a win.
100%.
That's the good experience. And right now, sometimes that's what we have to accept, and that's what we're trying to do is build a program that's worthy of investment, that's worthy of money, that's worthy of fan support. And at some point, you can't just say, like, cater to my personal needs and then I'll show up. I'll bestow my presence upon you. Like you said, we have to meet in the middle. So I know Lobo's trying. Like, we've seen what he's trying to do and open up all the entrances and make it as accessible and as fun as possible with Lobo Lane and all that. So what we need to do is have a little patience, have a little perspective, and just, if you think it's going to take you 45 minutes to show up, get in, show up an hour early. If you think it's going to take you 30 minutes to park and walk, then show up 45 minutes early. And, let's just try and support what we have right now so that those problems become so necessary that they can't, necessary to be fixed, that they can't be avoided when you get it done, which is the direction I think we're headed.
Good stuff, man. Appreciate you. Always do. All right, Jeffrey called at 505-246-0610. You can as well. Really thoughtful stuff today. Look, everybody's got a point. And every one of you, your thought is valid because that's your experience. What's in it for me? What's the experience? Why do I want to be there? What are they doing for me? And it all equates into the experience. Keep them coming. We'll talk with Sean Ryder. We'll do Ryder on the Radio at the top of the hour. That'll be 9 o'clock with the Lobo beat writer for Journal. We'll talk football with Sean. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Hour.
This report is sponsored by Progressive.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744. Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more.
File this under the everybody hears it differently, right? So we just got a call from a gentleman who said, why don't they let the kids in free? Well, they are letting the kids in. Well, how do I not know about that? Well, fair. They did promote it. They marketed it really well early in the year, but probably not so much. Maybe they think the message is out there and not everybody heard it. Okay, fair. Rod says perception is reality, Jefferson. When you have the usual suspects constantly on their hands and knees begging people to buy tickets, begging people to go to the games, I think the perception is Lobo football isn't any good. They need to create an impression that Lobo football ticket has value, something that has scarcity. not part of a buy one, get one offer where if you go see Lobo basketball, you get it free for Lobo game and for football for free. Then folks think free is what it's really worth. So Rod's saying you give it away, nobody wants it. The other guy says, well, you better give it away. I would ask you this, Rod, isn't all marketing, is that begging? When a coach, I don't care if he gets 50,000, 100,000, 10,000, isn't when a coach is out there or anybody's out there saying, hey, come to the game, do you perceive that to be begging? It's marketing, right? You're asking people, hell, come buy my chicken product. I work at Joey's Chicken Shack. Is that begging? If you're a program and you run a promotion, do this and get this, is that begging? Sweet deals we have on. Hey, spend 25 and get 50 to spend. Is that begging? I mean, Rod, I don't know. It's perception. I would argue that if they weren't doing something like this to get people interested in their product, that they wouldn't be doing their job. Now, I will tell you, and I know this market well enough, and I've been running a bowl game in this market for 2 decades. If you give somebody something free once, here, more than anywhere I've ever been, they expect it free the next time. So, I look, man, I've had this. We've given out, groups or whatever, tickets 1 year, and then the next year, much more in demand. And they don't say thank you. They say bleep you if you don't give them back. You give it free again. And at some point, that's your product. That's what you're selling. So, yeah, at some point, the intent for what Lobo fans or Lobos are doing by getting the kids for free is that those are going to be future ticket holders. And at some point, they're going to buy tickets, whether it's now or in 15 years, right? Hopefully sooner. I mean, I don't know. You call that begging? Call it what you wish, but they got to do something, don't they? Bourne says there's nothing for Eck to finish, Jeff. The Mountain West will virtually be an all-new league in 2026. In reply to Rudy, the goofy-looking weather dudes changed their tune last night. They said prior forecasts were wrong and rain would be Sunday instead of Saturday. I would argue, Bourne, that there is something to finish because they haven't won a league championship in, I think, since the early 60s. And I don't care what league it's in. If they can win a championship, wouldn't that be knocking down a barrier that's been there for over 60 years? I mean, whichever league you're playing in, this one, that one, wouldn't that be something to finish? How I would interpret it. Sean Ryder's next. We'll talk Lobo football with the beat writer for Lobo football, covering it for the Albuquerque Journal. We'll do Ryder on the radio. You can get your questions in if you got something for Sean, Jeff at sportsanalytiq.com, or text 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Lobo football back at it after a bye week. They will play Saturday, University Stadium. 12 o'clock is your pregame coverage. 1 o'clock-ish will be your kickoff over on News Radio KKOB. Colorado State will be in town, a team that got beat by UNLV last week, 42-10. A team that is 2-7 on the year, that has fired their coach, who has beaten New Mexico 13 times in a row. In fact, the last time the Lobos beat the Rams, Mike Loxley was your coach. Lox won 2 games as head coach at UNM, and one of those was the last time the Lobos beat the Rams back in 2009. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta along with Kalinas. JJ's out at the pit getting ready for Lobo women's basketball. It's time for Ryder on the radio. Sean Ryder is the Lobo beat writer covering Lobo football for the Albuquerque Journal. He joins us this morning. How are you, Sean?
Doing good. How about you guys?
All right. I just stashed a bunch of elk in my cave, and I'm going to eat for months. Beautiful answer. I know you fed him the question, and we just played it yesterday. Jason Eck at the press conference, his weekly press conference. You asked him something about complacency, right? How do you get your team who's 6-3 coming off a bye, looking at a potential championship? How do you get him up for a 2-7 team? And he made an analogy about the caveman getting elk.
Yeah, I actually got to give credit to KRQE's Jared Chester. He was the one that fed the question there, I thought it was a good question too. It's kind of asking about the human nature element of, hey, you've won 3 straight, and everybody kind of loves it, but it's not unusual to expect maybe a step back at some point, right? You get a little bit of complacency, and you can just kind of see it. We were talking, Jeff Kramer and I were talking with Fernando Lobo, the athletic director, after, and we said to him, like, you could just see it kind of in X eyes, as he just kind of was seeing that up with the caveman and the elk and all this, and if you kill 3 elk, you might be feeling pretty good. You got to stockpile food. You don't have to kill more elk. And he said he does not want that feeling, especially heading into this game. Colorado State is not having a good season. They have the interim coach, Tyson Summers. Their previous starting quarterback left the program outright. But X said, he's very wise to point out, I know that UNLV game doesn't look good, but Colorado State had UNLV, kind of going through it for the first 20 minutes or so before UNLV really turned it on. He said, if we play sloppy, we could be in a very similar spot. So he said he thinks they're going to need one of the better games this season to really make things work this Saturday.
I got a call earlier, maybe it was a text earlier. Said, this isn't that big of a game. I mean, Colorado State's still good, and these guys. And I'm like, you know what? You haven't beat this program 13 straight times, but I think the bigger answer is you're still in contention for a league championship. And with San Diego State getting beat by Hawaii, At least San Diego State or Boise State are going to have 2 losses. One of those two is going to have 2 losses after they play this weekend. And there's going to be a team with at least 2 losses playing for a championship. And that's where you are now with an opportunity to run this thing out. That in its own right, to me, makes this as big a November game as we've seen around here in a minute.
Absolutely. I mean, they're all big down the stretch. You know, Colorado State at Air Force on the Black Friday finale against San Diego State. They're all big, and there's still a lot of different scenarios and a lot of different things need to play out. I think a lot of people listening to this, and myself included, have kind of gone on the championship predictor websites and all that, and ran the odds and the different scenarios and all that. I still think we need another weekend of football to really kind of look at things. You know, with the UNM is still not in a spot where they control their destiny, and Eck has noted that too. He doesn't want to talk about it until or unless they're in a spot where they are controlling their destiny to kind of win and get in. But no, this is a massive game, and Eck talked a little bit about it yesterday too. You know, he said he thinks this team has a knack for kind of doing things that haven't been done in a long time, and I think he's right. They've shown that in terms of making a bowl and beating the first Power 4 team since or Power 5 P4 since 2008, and beating UCLA. So I think they do want to make sure that they snap the streak against Colorado State to kind of add to that list, and but of course I think the main motivation is you want to get 7 wins to clinch a winning record, and then kind of see where things are after that.
Sean Ryder covers global football, amongst other things, for the Albuquerque Journal. It's Ryder on the radio with us here on The Sports Animal. I look around this league, and people have said, well, they're going to go in that San Diego State game, and they're going to win these other two. Let me just tell you something. Colorado State can clip you. I don't think they will. I think Lobos beat Colorado State. I do. Air Force is playing well, and it's typical what Troy has done there. You look at their losses; they heartbreakers to Wyoming. They beat Wyoming, to Army, to the UNLV game. They miss a field goal to go to overtime. A heartbreaker shootout at Navy. They lose by 9 to Hawaii. They play Boise State up and down the field, and all of a sudden now, they beat Wyoming. They beat San Jose State. Don't take that trip up north next week for granted.
Oh, absolutely, and. I give that credit. I don't think he's been a guy that's really leaned on kind of the classic coach speak element of, hey, this team's better than their record and all that too. I don't think Colorado State's better than their 2-7 record. I think they've earned that record, and I think honestly their record could be worse. They probably should have lost that Northern.
They should have lost to North Colorado. Yeah.
That is, and I don't know where that Fresno game came from in a lot of respects too. I was watching a little bit of that more last night, just to kind of get a feel for what happened in that game, and that was pretty insane in its own right as well. I don't think they're better than their record, but I do think, if UNM does have a game where they turn the ball over 3 times or 3 or more, and, they're not taking care of the things that they usually, are good at taking care of, then, yeah, it's going to be a problem. I do think Air Force is better than their record, though. I still have been kind of pounding the table, on shows and some other stuff. Like, I do think that's going to be a tougher game than people expect.
Yes.
In terms of just going up there and playing a team like that.
And they're getting better, man. I just watch what they're doing. They've moved the ball all year. Sarka, their quarterback, has been just tremendous offensively. They couldn't stop anybody until last week, and I guess they stopped Wyoming too. So I agree with that. Hey, we've had a lot of conversation today about buy-in and Eck and will he stay? And I don't know what goes into decisions and what will define amazing to him. And I know you and I have had this conversation before, but I think human nature, if it's me, and I don't know where you are, if I'm looking around, I want to finish the job. Somebody said, what does finish the job mean? Well, I mean, win a championship. It's been I don't know, since the 60s around here since they won a conference championship in football. But if I'm looking around and I'm 6-3 and people don't want to come out and support it, and everybody, it's going to be 68 degrees on a November Saturday, does that go into the factoring of, hey, if something else comes along, is that amazing compared to what I got here? And I'm not going to tell people how to be fans, Sean. I'm not. And everybody's got an experience. But I wonder, over these last couple of weeks, the show of support, if something comes up for Eck, how much that goes into conversation with him and his family about sticking around.
Yeah, I have seen some fans kind of on social media, mention, off of some of the clips I posted of Eck talking about kind of attendance goals and all that for this Saturday. And really in the past, too, the idea that, this is really important to him. And if there isn't a good fan showing, then yeah, you're going to be more open to looking at different things. I haven't heard that from X mouth.
No.
I don't know if that is that big of a a really kind of sticking point in his head and all that as well. I do think there would be still some very attractive reasons to kind of stay and continue, even if the fan support, even if they get 22,000 fans instead of 25,000 fans on Saturday and all that as well. I think there would be still some good reasons to stay and all that. But I'll also note, and we've talked about it on previous shows too, I think very well that even if there is awesome fan support, something pretty awesome and pretty special could roll along, and that would be the kind of thing that does get him to take another job. So yeah, I think it's kind of tough to tell, but at the same time, I think he's 100% right. They're doing stuff that hasn't been done in a really long time, and there's not a lot of obstacles to getting out to Saturday's game, except he didn't talk about this. The UNM and NMSU basketball game in Cruces and all that as well. So that'll be tricky for a couple people, probably more than a couple.
They can just listen to it right over on News Radio KKOB, and there's options. But yeah, and then there's some people who are going down. Sean Ryder's with us. It's Ryder on the radio here on The Sports Animal, and I do believe Eck likes it here. I do believe his family likes it here. Again, I don't know. Money gets thrown at you. I don't know what number. Everybody's got numbers, right? And there's part of me when the Wisconsin job, when the AD there said Luke Fickell's going to stay around. Somebody asked me yesterday, do you think he means it? That was different to me because the AD goes to the players in a players meeting and said, you know what, we're sticking with coach. We're putting more resources into this, and we're staying the course. That was different than many of the other votes of confidence for me. But I'm thinking, if Eck wants that job, and I don't know that he does, and he's never said publicly he does, but if that's the one, then maybe he looks at it and says, you know what, let's see what Fickell does. I stay here for another year, maybe two, build this thing in consistency, because there's no guarantee he is getting that job if it opens up. And so do you build your resume here or somewhere else, and maybe that was a good sign for Lobo.
Yeah, absolutely no guarantees that, we had talked about it, and I had even had some people, reach out to me, and ask, was the Wisconsin job open? And I had to go back and say, the job's not open yet. It just feels like it's probably going to open. And no, I think you're dead on. That's a lot different than I think probably some people, particularly probably in roles similar to mine, make a little too much of the dreaded or, quote unquote dreaded vote of confidence from the athletic director, because usually the vote of confidence not too long after leads to a coach getting fired and all that. Yeah. Wisconsin did put the vote of confidence out in I think early October or something like that, and then they actually said, oh yeah, no, we are going to, we kind of screwed up. We put a lot of our financial resources into capital projects. Probably should have been putting more into the actual roster and all that. So they're going to give them all that and see how things go too. But yeah, I do think that's probably the most attractive. If I had to kind of make an educated guess, probably the most attractive opportunity for Eck at the moment, right? It would be kind of the one no-brainer if he did get the offer and kind of get to that spot where he could get an offer as well. And
let me ask you this:
the others, I'm not entirely sure though. I still think there's stuff out there that absolutely could be attractive.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. What if? What if Michigan State opens? What if Oklahoma State calls? What if, one of these power schools that, $4 million jobs, it's going to be really hard to say no, don't you think?
Yeah, probably. But I also don't know what the additional context is there, though.
Fair.
And I do think there's probably going to be some things that UNM can do on their end to kind of help out, honestly.
I think that's right.
So I'm not, but it's hard to say until you have, the full context.
Yeah. Sean Ryder's with us for a few more minutes. All right, around this league. I don't know that it's a stunner that San Diego State lost at Hawaii, but were you a bit shocked that they got beat 38-6?
I don't know if I was as shocked by the result as I was by the score.
That's what I'm saying.
And how I saw some of that game kind of play out and all that as well. I thought there was a good chance that Hawaii could knock out San Diego State and all that. I thought San Diego State's defense is still really good. And one of the better units I've seen in my time. But, that offense, you have some questions if they kind of got jumped on and kind of had to deal with it. And I thought Hawaii answered the call really, really well. I think we had talked on previous shows about, who the coach of the year is at this point.
Timmy's got to be there.
Sean Lewis from Jason Eck. I think Timmy Chang is probably a guy that's going to get a couple votes.
Hell yes, and he should. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I wasn't surprised that San Diego State got beat or Hawaii won. I was stunned at the score.
Yep, absolutely.
Michael Alejado, Offensive Player of the Year in this league?
Yeah, I think he's got a really good case, man. I actually really like that. You just saying that right there, because I think he's like an awesome case.
You know, I know Calandria's put up big numbers. It's something. All right, so there's a big one this weekend. San Diego State's got one loss in league. Boise State's got two. They play at Snapdragon for the front line to hosting the conference championship. Do you have a feel on this one? Because Maddox Madsen's out, so Boise State's without their starting quarterback. San Diego State, whose defense had been really, really good going into Hawaii, just gave up 38 on the road. I mean, it feels like it should be a San Diego State game. Last time San Diego State got rolled was at Washington State. They came back and shut out Cal 34-0. I just don't know what to expect week to week anymore.
Yeah, I think I'll leave San Diego State here, and that's on the strength of that defense and the strength of the offense kind of picking itself back up. I really don't know. I know they had the bye and all that. I really don't know how much better the Boise State offense is going to look without Madsen, right? You got Max Cutforth, I believe, is kind of the backup plan. I don't think Cutforth looks like as bad as some like Boise fans I saw on like kind of social media were talking about it. Like he was the worst quarterback Boise's ever had since like the 70s and stuff like that. I'm like in my head, I'm like, there's no way that can possibly be true. But hey, he didn't look great in that Fresno State game and all that. And yeah, he got thrown into the fire. So yeah, they got plenty of time to kind of cater things to him and all that as well. But I would still lean San Diego State, and I don't feel all too bad about that, honestly.
Yeah. If you live in social media, Boise State's fan base is I'm looking for the kind word. Reprehensible is probably not kind, but they're I mean, look, man, they live in a different reality. They just do.
Absolutely, 100%. They
just do. All right, read him every day. He is easy to find. Albuquerque Journalist, abqjournal.com. Follow his social media. You guys are doing pregame shows, postgame shows, all kinds of stuff, right, over at the Journal?
Oh yeah, yes sir.
Yeah, find it every day, every week, and we'll catch up with you next Wednesday. Always appreciate the conversation, Sean.
Always great talking to you guys.
Be well.
Appreciate you having me on.
See you, Sean Ryder, beat writer, Albuquerque Journal. Man, these buttons, thank you. All right, you can respond to any of that. I wanted to get his opinion on crowds and act and support, and I mean it's all opinion, right? What do any of us really know? And I don't know that Jason knows at this point, right? I mean I don't know that there's any firm offers. I don't believe there are. What's coming? What jobs are still going to open? What's amazing? What stands there? But I wanted to certainly get his opinion on that, and you can respond to anything you heard. 505-246-0610 on the opening drive. On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
It's the biggest shopping day of the...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
we would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts.
Home Goods. Beautiful furniture that is art. Mike Waring created a piece for me. It is a chair. It is a beautiful, custom, comfortable chair. It's in my office. It's got the Isleta New Mexico Bowl logo in 3 spots. It is usable art. It is fantastic. Go to MustangHomeGoods.com. Bounce around their website. Look at the work that Mike does and then schedule a consultation for you. Book a consultation now. He needs some time. This isn't something you just go to Amazon and it shows up tomorrow. If you're looking for that gift, it's usable art for the living room, dining room, bedroom, office. You tell your story in your home. He'll create something for you using adjustable ergonomics. Custom fit to you. You don't fit the chair. The chair fits you. Mike's a retired Navy officer, and he pours his heart into creating custom furniture for people of all shapes and sizes. Not just furniture. This is usable art. Tell your story in your home. Go to Mustang Home Goods, book a consultation with Mike. You're going to love this beautiful furniture. 505-418-8070. That's his number. 505-418-8070. MustangHomeGoods.com. Tell your story in your home. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta. Kalina's in for JJ, who's out at the pit, getting ready for Lobo women's basketball against New Orleans. 505-246-0610. Let's go to the phones. Fred, what'd you hear? What kind of knowledge you going to drop on me? Hello, Fred.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. What's up?
I was going to tell you, it's kind of neat that we've had so many people leave New Mexico now, and as freshmen going to colleges and starting. I just wanted to give you a few of the people I'm talking about. You mentioned Montana UNLV, game that Montana beat UNLV 102-93.
Yep.
Well, that Agueno kid from Volcano Vista. I don't know if you knew that, but anyway, he's starting for Montana. He had 14 points last night against UNLV.
In fact, 2 of his first 3 games, Fred, he's been double digits. He's off to a great start up there.
Exactly. And of course, and I feel sorry for UNLV. They had 5,500 fans attend their game last night.
They only gave up 102 points.
But then Benally, I don't know if you know this, but anyway, she starts for BYU. I've always watched BYU Nation, and her first game she had 11 assists and 6 steals. Her second one she had 5 assists and 3 steals, and she starts though as a freshman. And then the last one was Posa. It's amazing how this kid, I had a feeling that he was going to start. He's just so good, and it took him about 4 or 5 games to finally what he had. The last 2 games he had 14 tackles and 11 tackles. In that Wisconsin win, those were 2 really important loss for yardage. I mean, to win the game. He was a guy that actually did it, so he's now starting. So I just wanted to mention that.
No, appreciate you.
And then one thing I wanted to mention, I never complain about parking and stuff, but God dang, I can't believe what they did last night. It's the first time ever. I mean, you know how long I've been going to games since '69.
Yeah, what happened?
They now have, I park at the Isotopes, and I park on the north side there, and they now break it down to 1 lane when you leave the game. 1 lane. It's usually 3 lanes. They break it down to 1 lane now. They close it off going down to the freeway. You can't even go down there. And so you have to wait in your parking lot with all these cars trying to get out, and then you got to hope that somebody nice lets you in. But I've never in my whole life heard of 1 lane coming out of a ball game. And so I hope they don't do that for the football game.
I don't know.
You know, but anyway, that's all I had to say. And of course, I agree with the Lobos and how well they're playing, and you know, and so on and so forth.
Right on, Fred. No, I got it. I'll see what I
guy.
can find out. Thanks. So, Kalina, when I rolled out of there, you know, after the post-game show, there was no traffic.
How did you manage that?
Oh, because I sat around and did the post-game show, and so by the time I leave, everybody's gone.
Oh, yeah, that is the magic.
I was doing the
what we
game
do.
last night, so by the time I was done, so was everybody else.
There's some magic. It's like a perk to the job, you know? No traffic.
You guys, yeah, I wonder who got home first, right? Yeah, y'all who left earlier, yeah. All right, 505-246-0610. I got a bunch from you still. Where have I left off here? Kalina, this one's for you. It's from Bruce. Show sounding good with kicking Kalina.
Oh, that's really nice.
How do you spell your name?
It's Kalina.
This was close. Kaylene.
Well, he got the pronunciation correct, though.
Well, I pronounce
Like, people, my mom
How do you
thought
pronounce
about
it?
putting a Y in there, Kaylina, but she didn't like the way it was spelled. So, it actually, you know,
All right.
props for pronouncing it correct, you know?
All right, so kicking Kaylina. Jeff, we found out in the house of Strauss yesterday her significant other's a Raider fan. No kicking Kaylina. We don't get involved with Raider fans. That's from Bruce.
I wish y'all had told me earlier.
Yeah, well.
I'm quite happy otherwise, you know? It's like one flaw.
Is that the
but
one
it
flaw?
sounds like it's the flaw. I don't
mean,
know.
It sounds like a real flaw. All right, this one, I don't know who it's from. It's a text. Rudy, NMSU is not UNM's little brother. We're equal, except for funding that UNM gets. Okay. Fair. James is in. He's got a New Mexico State football take. Jeff might, maybe Logan Fife, their quarterback, isn't that good. Remember with him under center, the heavily favored Fresno State Bulldogs lost to Danny Gonzalez, Lobo football? Fresno State was trying to rest Mike Keene, but had to rush him on the court in the fourth quarter to try to save the game, now playing for Jason Jerome's guys. Tony's making excuses for him almost every Tuesday as Aggies drop another and another. Need perception. This is a reply to Sean Ryder from Wren. Colorado State is really 1-8. Well, actually, they're 2-7. That Northern Colorado contest was handed to the Rams at the end by the useless refs. The same mighty Bears club is 3-7, the Big Sky. Look, they were handed that game. That was a horrible call at the end of that game in the second week of the season. Northern Colorado scored a touchdown. They celebrated. They went crazy, and somehow they overturned that call. But the fact is they're 2-7 because, well, that's what the record says that. This one's from Carl. He says, Jason Eck equals Craig Neal? Really? He says, Jeff, remember Lobo fans were nervous over Georgia Tech? Came on the OD and said if the Jackets called, Craig was gone. Well, the Georgia Tech job wasn't open. By the time it was, Craig Reed was no longer available to them or anyone else. Even South Florida was no longer ringing his phone. Eck can wait for Wisconsin, which might never happen, or he can strike while the fire is hot and get on at a program that might be his second or third choice now. Thank you. 505-246-0610. Sherman, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. What's good, Sherman?
Well, I can't believe that a new coach in year one, if he wins 6 games, we're talking about where he's going next.
Yeah, all that does tell you how good he's done, how good the program.
Yeah, I agree. And you remember preseason, most of us were saying if he wins half the games, that would be a miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think even he was saying that at that point, right? He wasn't talking about league, not that he is now, talking about league championship this year. He said we can get bowl eligible.
Yeah, yeah. So now that we have won 6 games, things are different. We have a different point of view.
We got 4 left,
and I think we could win 8 games. So if you don't go Saturday, man, you're missing a bet.
Sherman, you ever been down to the Monte Carlo Steakhouse?
Yes.
I know you have. So I was at lunch with Eck this summer at the Monte Carlo Steakhouse, which, I mean, right, it's on brand, right? I thought it. Yeah. So I introduced him to George, who owns the Monte Carlo. And George looks at me and says, oh, you're the new coach, huh? You're going to be gone in 2 years anyway. And Eck didn't really know what to say, right? And I said, George, let's hope so, right? That means he won. He turned it around. You're in a better place. He's in a better place. Like, everybody wins. Like, I know. Okay, coach. Are we going to be worth a damn? Right? But that's right. That's kind of the story, isn't it? Like, that's exactly what you're telling me. That's what reminded me of going to lunch this summer.
Yeah, and the story, to a large extent, from my point of view, evolves around the facility. I mean, yes, we have to win, but we have to have the team has to be competitive and win. The facility has to be a competitive win.
You're right. And that's resources, and that's leadership, and that's us stop being the land of manana and talking about it and kicking the can and finally freaking getting something done. Because you got nothing done for the last decade and a half, 2 decades, 3 decades, however long, and you got left behind, Sherman, and you got left behind.
Maybe all the Lobo fans need to show up at the 30-day session of the legislature.
And go woof, woof, woof. Just start going woof, woof, woof. Give us money. All right, man. Good to hear you.
All right, good. Talk to you. Bye.
See you. 505-246-0610. Keep them coming. It is the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta and Kalina. I apologize for mispronouncing that.
No worries.
I just never knew better.
No, it's okay. I am bad at correcting it because it's so normal to me. Like, it's almost like an accent. A lot of people pronounce it, and it's not technically wrong.
You're dead right, though, because my name's Symbieta, and you know how many ways it's been said. So I get it, but I apologize for not asking. I just heard it said that many times, and now I know it's Kalina.
You've actually gotten it right. It's kind of a flip of a coin with you. You say it Kalina, sometimes you say Kalina.
It'll be
so I give you a lot of grace.
From here on out.
Love it.
It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, Sports Animal.
Joy 95.9 FM and AM 6.
Even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of Pro.
Do you remember that? I know we've been talking a lot of football today. Global Basketball 82, UC Riverside is 68. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock in the morning, we will be joined by Chris Howell, Lobos senior, who tied a career-high 15 points last night, leading 6 Lobos in double figures as they improved to 3-0 with the 82-68 win. Next up, they get the Aggies. So Chris Howell will be with us tomorrow. 9 o'clock, we'll have, of course, Jerry Palm at 8:30 in the morning. Opening drive, Jeff Simbieta and JJ. That's like, see, I totally mispronounced it.
Just have it. It's just have
it is. I called Daniel that the other day on the broadcast. I mean, I said I wouldn't mispronounce Kaylina, and I called you. I pronounced it JJ Buck.
I suppose you're not wrong necessarily. It wasn't a mispronunciation.
Well, he was here.
He was here.
He was here, and now he's not here.
Everybody is JJ now.
Yeah, well, everybody wishes him was JJ. He's just charmed. All right, you're in on the text line at 505-246-0610. Mud says, Lobos have to win all 3 remaining football games. San Diego State has to stumble along the way, possibly versus Boise State and Fresno State, and Hawaii need to lose también. The Lobos will be the champions. Championship game on the blue turf. Lobos beat Boise State, become champs, will be invited to play in the playoffs. Lobo up and go Lobos. I was kind of with you until the playoffs thing, Mud. I mean, with all due respect, and call me a hater if you want, the Lobos with 3 losses will not be the group of 5 represented in the playoffs. I mean, with all due respect, even Eck knows that. So that's not where that's going. This one is where the heck did this one go? Steve from Michigan. Are you guys? We're not going here. Steve, the Lobos an MLS team. There is no MLS team. There's not going to be an MLS team to share a stadium. This is from TJ on the text line. Says, I'm taking a group of guys to the football game on Saturday. We live out in Moriarty. There'll be about 7 to 8 of us. I've been able to make it to every game this year thanks to the Kids Go free tickets. No way Bronco was making that happen. Whether X stays or goes, I hope that deal continues for a couple more years. I think that means as long as my kids are under 12, I hope that continues. Everybody else, you're on your own. He continues. He says, one possible reason why our showings haven't been as full since the NMSU game is because of the cluster mess that took place during the second quarter of that game. One drunk idiot jammed his minis down a toilet and closed the bathrooms, and hundreds of people bought the cheap seats on the east side of the stadium and then chose to stand along the walkways on the west and north sides of the field, blocking everyone's view. If the Alkies learn to use trash cans, and the stadium has their staffing in place to make sure people are in their paid-for seats, it'll keep things more comfortable. I'm sure Lobo and the crew learned from that mess. I've mentioned this a couple of times, but I still think a text line to report unruly fans will go a long way to make game days family-friendly. All right. It goes back to, look, there's a lot of tenets. How do you increase support? How do you increase game day? There's a lot to this. And experience and game day experience is part of it. And it's what Sherman said. It's in regards to the stadium and its facilities. This isn't one easy answer. It just isn't one easy answer. There's a lot to it. Like Jeff just responded to Sherman's call, said, goes to point that we don't pay our coaches, so start paying our coaches. Start supporting NIL, building a new stadium. We won't lose coaches every 2 or 3 years. Our coaches won't be in conversations once they start winning if we put money to keep coaches, players, and a stadium. So, I mean, look, this all ties back to a lot of things, money being one of them, resources, being able to keep players, pay coaches, improve your facility, make a experience for your patrons. And are you willing to be patient and let this all evolve? Or are you willing to say, I had to stand in line and they clogged the toilets and I had nowhere to pee? Well, I mean, that's a real legitimate problem. Now, I'm not downplaying the fact that people were peeing in the corner. Like, that's real. Now, how are we going to fix it? This is Dan. He spelled your name Kael. Didn't you just tell him how to spell it?
It's fine. All of it. It's fine. I have family, relatives who will send me birthday cards, which is like, thank you. They spell my name wrong, and I'm like, but you remembered my birthday.
Yeah, as long as they put the right name on the check.
Yeah, no.
The cash was still green, right?
It was cash.
All
yeah,
right,
I lucked out.
All right, good. It's still spent. That was the right size, right color.
Yeah, exactly.
It says, add Kaylina to an impressive list. Jeffrey and No Juan Jose. Impressive list of producers since Dan has been listening to the OD. Of course, the first was Joseph flipping HR Tough and Stuff. Yep, that's right. That goes all the way back to the original T-shirt. It's got Kaylina. Did he put you? Oh, he's got him ranked. Is that right? So
you're saying I made the list?
He put you on the list.
Wow.
So he's got him ranked. Number 1, Julia. All right. Number 2, William Jefferson. Wow. Number 3, Bernie Jean. Number 4, Emla. Number 5, Benny. I forgot Benny was here for a minute. Number 6, J-Ho. Number 7, Micah John. Number 8, Gato Roberto. He fills in. Number 9, Ana Maria. He's got nicknames for me. Number 10, Isaiah John. He gives everybody a second name.
I see.
I don't know if you got a second name yet. Number 11, Andrew Jake. Who's Andrew Jake? What the hell was that? And number 12, Gato Steph. All right. Yeah, you're missing a few.
Well, I'm honored to have made the list at all.
Yeah. What about Skip? Like, he was the original. You got Hoser on there? I don't even know what you call him anymore. Maybe that's J-Ho. I have no idea. All right. Thank you, Dan. Kaylina's on the list. 505-246-0610. This has been a fun morning, actually. I mean, not always, but no, it's been a fun morning. What do you got here? Can we go? Let's hit George before we hit the break. George, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, George.
How are you doing today,
Life
Jeff and
grooving.
JJ? I want to bring up a couple of things about the stadium. So Lee and Eddy County, and the Permian Basin, they produce 37% of the oil in the United States, and they're the 2 leading counties in that. So we're not rich, but we're not poor. If I have a door that's squeaky, I put oil in it, but we don't need any oil. We got all kinds of oil. So we need some help from the legislature. We need a minimum 40,000 stadium. But bringing up the current stadium, I went to the Aggie game, and I only had one bottle of water, and I stayed waiting for the restroom up on the concourse, up on the west side for the full break. I didn't eat anything, and I had one bottle of water that whole game. So we can't put it on Ferdinand, but they should have had 40 porta potties in that stadium for that game.
Where do you put
20
them
on the north end, 10 up there, and 5 each on the south.
Yeah.
But I'm really having trouble hearing you. Hold on.
No, that's all right. I got to take this break. Go ahead, finish up. Yep.
So I do like the half things is only on the north side, and that's a good deal. But a few years ago when we had all those sellouts, they had you could buy a ticket anywhere, even season tickets, and you could buy a kid's ticket for the same deal. And you can't do that anymore. So that's only on the north side, and those tickets already sold out. They'll sell out real quick. So
you want it to be anywhere, like anywhere 50-yard line. I buy a ticket and my kid should be free. Is that what you're saying?
Not if they want to do them the season tickets, that's what I use. Not free, but kids tickets. They don't have kids tickets anymore. They're all adult tickets. So that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's right.
As far as groups, you can buy a group of 10 and save a lot of money on any place in the stadium that has tickets. You can save a lot and buy a group of 10 with your friends or your church or anything. But
good. No,
I do think Bronco was overrated. I'm glad he's gone. I didn't think we should be talking about him, and he didn't have a winning record at Virginia. Who doesn't win at BYU when you have 30-year-old freshmen? So anyway, you have a great day.
All right,
I'll
George.
talk to you later.
No, I appreciate it. Boy, there was a lot there. Thank you, George. Look, I gotta go walk the stadium again because we got a big game coming up, and I got to look at where do you put porta potties on the south side, how many can you put on the north side, plus all the points of sale that you got. Look, it's imperfect, and we got to work our way through it, but we got to get it fixed too. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is proud to announce that we are the official burrito spot of ProView Networks. Since 1982, with 6 locations serving Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Roswell, the question is, red or green? Let's go to the burrito. Visit letsgototheburrito.com and order now.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Wednesday morning, what you got to know as you go through your day, Lobo men's basketball. Winners last night, 82-68 over UC Riverside. 6 players in double figures, led by Chris Howells, 15, that tied a career high. Tomislav Buljan with a double-double, 11 points, 11 rebounds. Howell will be with us tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Next up for New Mexico is New Mexico State down at the Pan Am Center in Las Cruces. Aggies were winners down there last night, 74-58. They beat New Mexico Highlands. Jamel Jones had 24 for the winners, who are now 2-0. So both the Lobos and Aggies are undefeated, head into the big rivalry game on Saturday night down in Las Cruces. Lobo women's basketball plays today. 11 o'clock is when they will tip. 10:30 pregame here on The Sports Animal. J.J. Buck will have the call from University Arena. NFL, Antonio Brown is out on bail. He was released on a $25,000 bail, and the former All-Pro wide receiver must wear a GPS ankle monitor. Remember, he's been charged with attempted murder. He was found in Dubai and extradited back to the United States. He pleaded not guilty to the second-degree murder charge, or attempted murder charge. That carries a potential 15-year prison sentence, $10,000 fine if he's convicted. His lawyer said that Brown would return to his home in Broward County, Florida, while this case proceeds. And then Mountain West last night. Montana beat UNLV in Vegas, 102-93. Rebels are 1-2. They gave up 102 to a Big Sky team. Kenyon Aquino from Albuquerque, New Mexico, had 15 points for the Grizzlies. They were led by a guy named Money Williams. Money scored 30 last night. 505-246-0610. Is it Friday? Last segment? Friday? Terry, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Terry.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Kaylina. Yeah, a couple days early. I'll still be back to, cover my segment and let my 2 or 3 fans don't want to let them down on Friday.
That's right. Okay.
But I speaking of Kaylina, we have sports. We could say Lobos, everybody wants to pay more. Maybe we need to plant a few more money trees to pay the coaches where the money's going to come from. But, wish them well and all that. But I was talking with Kaylina, and she mentioned about Eldertip's not spelling her name right, but the same with my college professor sister couldn't spell my daughter's name right, but my daughter also was happy when she got the money. She said, the money's spent.
That's right.
So what?
Call me whatever you want. Still call me late for dinner.
Yeah, from that. And I'm sure from all the years, from all the mispronunciation of your name, but life goes on. So from that level, I'm still thinking you got to get $25,000, especially if you're giving out a bunch of free tickets. But from that level, do you think the alumni has money to contribute part if they have a building project, or is this just going to be all state money, period?
There's got to be some private money that goes into it, right? And the $20 here, $100 here is nice, but you get it. There's got to be some significant private money as well. I just got a text. We're sitting on $8 billion in reserve.
Right.
Is there $200 million to fix a stadium? Is that drop in the bucket on $8 billion of reserve to generate revenue? By the way, it's not just spending money; it's money that will produce revenue. That in the long term is going to be an economic driver. And look, man, I don't know. I've looked around. I don't know what other metropolitan areas of our size have not built a stadium and or arena in the last. What are we talking about? You redid Isotopes Park in, 99, 2000, 2001, something like that. Football stadium was built in the 60s. Tingley was built in the 40s or 50s. Pitt was built in the 60s. Things have changed. Life evolves. If your house is built in the 40s, 50s, 60s, you renovate it, redo it, you fix it. It's just time.
Yeah, I understand. Well, you have a great day. It was nice to have a new wonderful voice on, and you be safe. Maybe JJ goes on vacation and Kaylina can drop by and cover a few more shifts.
Thanks, Terry. Got to go. Thank you to Sean Ryder was with us today. Tomorrow, Chris Howell and Jerry Palm will be here. Heard with Colin Coward is next. A little bit of Jim Rome show before JJ his pregame of Global Women's Basketball against New Orleans at 10:30. Kenny Thomas is in at 4. We're back tomorrow morning with award-winning radio. We'll start at 7 a.m. Great work on the television side. It looks good on ProView Networks. Always does. Thank you. Kaylina, thank you for stepping in for JJ.
Happy to be here.
Big day for you?
Yeah.
Enjoy
we have
it.
a game.
Enjoy it. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Burrito Express is